What's up, everybody? It's FaZe Gamer. Welcome back to another video of NBA 2K16, and we're here. Last game. Let's go. National Championship, I think. Top 10. Alright. So I'm gonna go fast as I can in this game. I'm just trying to make a lot of steals.
Welcome everyone to the final game of the college basketball season.
Hell yeah.
Tonight, we will crown the winner of this year's tournament. And no matter what the outcome here tonight, what a ride it has been. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We'll see the Wisconsin Badgers and Texas.
Kevin, this is the night where we are going to see some intense basketball, high energy.
Wow,
lay
how
it
did he
all out on the
look
line for
at
college
that?
hoops. Everything these young players have worked towards their entire life comes down to this exact moment.
And you can bet, Clark, that each and every player here tonight feels the importance of this game like no other in their lives, really. A big key in coming through in a big game like this is how well you can compose yourself. How do you handle the pressure of the big stage? We'll find out soon enough which of these teams has the ability to harness all of that raw energy and focus on getting the job done.
Let's check out Wisconsin's starting lineup. We've got Hawkins. He's out there with Hill. Kaminsky out there with Decker. And it's Evans in at the power forward. Ford with the steal. And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And with any championship game, you know that every player is going to have their heart racing for the first few minutes. That's just natural. That's adrenaline. They'll need to remain calm, though, and let the game come to them and kind of ease into it.
And one guy, guys, I'll keep an eye on in this one is Freak. He is the consummate leader for his team. He can come out strong and play his game while keeping his intensity level up. It'll be just what they need to claim the title.
Fade away. The Badgers pull it in. Well, Wisconsin has had a bit of a renaissance in their program with Lake Clark. Last decade and a half have seen them put up some great seasons.
And you know, Kevin, the Badgers weren't really a major powerhouse in hoops until the turn of the century. But now, they're one of the most consistent teams in the country.
Hill, no good.
And as we see Freak and his team go for the title here, he is trying to repeat what he did just a year ago. He was able to lead his high school to the PSAL championship.
Well, Greg, he was a four-time All-American selection in high school and a unanimous one at that. He's won state titles before, but this is a different animal than high school.
Now here's Freak. And two free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
Longhorn shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. Peyton, he's checked in for Wisconsin. He's perfect from the line this time.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
And Fisher kicks to Conley. Here's Gibson. He drains the turnaround jump shot. Gibson's got his first bucket in this one.
Yeah, great execution there. The turnaround, such a difficult shot to defend.
And a wide open look for Freak. Buries the long-range jumper.
You know, one of the big questions on everybody's mind in this game is whether or not Freak will stay on for another year or go pro. I mean, usually a player with his upside will be a lock to be a one and done, but he's giving serious thought to staying.
And Freak is a guy who clearly values the scholastic aspect of collegiate sports. So it makes sense for him to think about staying beyond this season. Still, with Freak's draft stock rising, this could be his final game as a collegiate player.
And Blair kicks to Rush. And again, it's the Longhorns from deep.
You know, they've got to be careful not to give a shooter of his caliber open looks like that. One or two of those are all it takes to really get him going.
And Wisconsin looking at who they've got. They've got Peyton. He's out there with Fisher. And it's Conley in at the small forward position.
Sorry guys, if you guys hear that, it's my bed. Is I don't know.
And the Badgers
Like,
with
has, like,
possession
iron
here.
in the
7-point
bottom,
differential. Rush grabs
but
the
stable,
miss.
whatever, but
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right.
And with that speed, once he took off, the D just had no chance of
hold on guys, give me a second.
getting back.
Well, I think they did the right thing. I mean, just give up the 2 points and move forward. Hey, discretion is the better part of valor sometimes. Write that one down, game players. Discretion is the better part of valor.
And the Badgers with possession here. Following the bucket by Texas. They double him with Freak. Shot clock at 5. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Badgers shooting their first free throws of the game. And that one misses.
Just
Badgers with some chicken, so that brings the first half to a close. Longhorns out front as they end the second quarter.
pretty good.
And welcome back. We're just about ready to get going with the second half of a historical championship game. For those just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan, pleased to be alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony as we get set to watch how the college basketball season will end.
You know what, guys? That was the start that Freak and his team wanted in the first half. I mean, they didn't run away with the game, but they're in a really good spot to capture the title.
These first 5 minutes in the second half are going to be huge. They know their opponent is going to come out strong and try to even things up. But if they can keep their cool, they'll be on their way, I think, to the title.
So on the floor for Texas, Freak in a 2-guard. He's out there with Edwards. Doherty out there with Turner. And it's Ford in at the 4.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second move.
And out of bounds as the Badgers gain possession.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
Wisconsin trails by 9. Hawkins kicks to Decker. Passes it to Hawkins. They set the pick. The feed to Decker. Out of bounds, Texas will take possession. The Badgers making a switch here. Hawkins checked in.
God.
Longhorns leading by 9. Edwards with it. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Hill. And the layup's good off the glass. Hill's got 7.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Edwards passes to Freak. Knocked away. And Turner kicks to Rush. And here's Freak. 11 points in the game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he goes in for the dunk.
And guys, one big story that we have in this championship game is that a guy like Freak could boost his draft stock quite a bit. A win here could catapult him up the big boards of a lot of teams.
And you know, while it's just one game, scouts will get a chance to see how he plays on the big stage. Knowing a player is at his best when the lights are brightest is a big plus in GM's books.
They grab their own miss. Dawkins, good.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Here's Freak, and he bangs it home with one hand.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
And Wisconsin looking at who they've got. Decker is out there with Dawkins. And there's Hill. Then it's Kaminsky, and it's Hawkins in at the 1. Freak.